Yeah, so Solo Leveling definitely exceeded my expectations. Before I tell you why, first I have to talk about my experience with Solo Leveling. I started reading Solo Leveling in 2021 and I was absolutely mind blown. Like guys, this was the first manhwa I've ever read. I guess I saw it first on Instagram. Oh, and also there was a friend of mine who recommended me to watch Solo Leveling. And the thing is, me personally, I'm not much used to watch animes or read mangas and manhwas like Solo Leveling. I mean, I don't know what they call this genre where the main character develops himself and stuff. I mean, it's definitely an action and fantasy anime, but like it's a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? The main character's development is in the middle point of the story. I mean, now you're gonna say every shonen anime does that. Yes, but in most shonen animes, there is a big story going on. There is a big plot going on. But in Solo Leveling, we mostly focus on Sun Jingwoo, and I've never watched that kind of an anime like that. And I also would never thought that I would like an anime like this. You know me guys, I love One Piece, and I love great stories and big mysteries and stuff. World building is actually very important for me in most animes, but Solo Leveling showed me that I can also like an anime which focuses on one main thing. And the thing with Solo Leveling manhwa was, the pacing was really good. Like when you start reading it, you can't stop. I remember I read the whole manhwa like in, I don't know, I guess like in 1 week or something like that. It glides on like a butter, like you just want to keep reading. You just keep reading and suddenly you're 100 chapters in. The thing that kept me hooked to Solo Leveling was the pacing, definitely. The fast character development was really good. And then when the anime was announced, I was extremely happy. I thought myself, they can't mess this up, right? Solo Leveling is great. They just have to adapt manhwa to the anime in the right way. So I thought the anime will be the same like the manhwa. It will be very good paced. But that's not what happened. So I know Solo Leveling was mostly liked in general, but me personally, I did not like the first season. And the reason is, they did not adapt the same script from manhwa to the anime. The thing is, Solo Leveling manhwa is very unique, because as I said, it only focuses on the main character's development. All these side characters, or all the world itself, is introduced to us in the very late chapters. I mean, as far as I remember, in the first 50 chapters, we didn't even see a single important side character, if I'm not wrong. I mean, all those chairmen and other S-rank hunters, they were introduced to us on the very late chapters. So the manhwa focuses extremely on Sun Jingwoo and his development. But in the anime, right at the first episode, we saw like so many side characters that we actually met very late on the manhwa. Like the half of this first episode was focused on introducing new side characters. Like, dude, why? I just want to see Sun Jingwoo. I just wanted you guys to adapt the manhwa exactly same on anime, and that was a big disappointment for me. And I guess I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes back then, and the pacing was not as good as in manhwa, you know what I'm saying? Like we see the dungeon story, Sun Jingwoo is exploring the dungeon and stuff, and then some crazy things happen. This crazy statue starts to smile, but right at that point, we see some other side characters out of the dungeon talking about Korea's future and stuff. Like, just show me Sun Jingwoo. I want to be hooked on this anime, just like I was hooked on manhwa, but that's not what they did on the anime. So in my opinion, Solo Leveling was just like a mid-normal anime. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't that good. That's what I thought after watching the first season. I mean the first 3 or 4 episodes of the first season, because they took away the one thing that made Solo Leveling manhwa very popular and very good. Of course, this is just my opinion. I know that Solo Leveling was generally liked, and even my closest friends were like shocked. They were like, Cream, you waited for this anime for years, and now you don't even like it. And as I said, I had my reasons. And I also think season 1 was a little bit like flopped. Before season 1, Solo Leveling was extremely hyped, but after season 1 came out, I don't know, like I felt like Solo Leveling was not just talked much about, you know what I'm saying? So I think the Solo Leveling first season really didn't broke the internet that much. There was definitely high expectations, at least from my side, and maybe that was the problem. Maybe if I had watched Solo Leveling without any expectations, I could have liked it. So when the second season came out in 2025, I had like no expectations, you know what I'm saying? Solo Leveling was basically a disappointing anime for me. It was a wasted potential for me. But then I decided to watch the first 2 episodes of Solo Leveling season 2. And guys, there was something different. The pacing was really good. I mean, you remember the scene where Jinwoo fights those snow snow elves and stuff. It really hooked me actually. I mean, the animation was always good. I have to give A1 Pictures credit to that, but the pacing was also good. And then I kept watching the 3rd episode, the 4th episode, the 5th and the 6th and so on. And I realized the story is built around Sun Jingbu and the side characters were much more in the background, which hyped me a little bit. I started to get a little bit of this feeling back then when I read the manhwa. I was like, wow, that's very nostalgic. And guys, let me tell you, the season 2 is definitely very well adapted. I mean, you guys know Jinwoo grows very fast. He is systematically defeating strong opponents. The fights are very good and his army is also leveling up, and the story mainly focuses on that, and that's what I like. That's what I always wanted from Solo Leveling. And as of right now, Solo Leveling really broke the internet. And not only that, we are like at the end of Solo Leveling season 2, and the story came to a point where the world building starts to get bigger. This Jeju Island arc is really good. And not only that, it was built up really good actually. The Jeju Island arc is hyped as one of the biggest moments in Solo Leveling. And you know the fight between the S-rank hunters before going to the island? Dude, it hyped me so much. Right now, I'm very satisfied and happy about this anime. The story still mainly focuses on Jinwoo, but they somehow managed to develop the world building and lore, and it really hypes us up. So I have just one request from A1 Pictures. Please just keep doing whatever you are doing right now. And man, let me tell you, this Jeju Island arc is one of the best arcs in Solo Leveling. Of course, I know what's gonna happen in this arc, so the future of Solo Leveling seems very bright to me. The Jeju Island arc is about to begin. I mean, it already began, and it's expected to be the most action-packed arc so far. And I also like that there is a tension between Korea and Japan. You know, like the Japanese hunters underestimate Korean hunters and stuff. It makes the story just more deeper and hypes you up at some points. So I definitely changed my mind on Solo Leveling. Season 2 is really good. Maybe the problem was me. My expectations were too high before the season 1. And like, if you look at it, it's pretty normal for an anime to introduce the side characters on those first episodes. So it's definitely good news. But we also shouldn't forget, this anime is also getting too much criticism. I mean, I get it. It is a very repetitive anime. It repeats lots of things. But in general, I can clearly say Solo Leveling is pretty popular. So from now on, I'm not only a Solo Leveling manhwa fan, I'm also a Solo Leveling anime fan. So guys, please just don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Your support is really important to me, and I wish you have a great day. See you in the next video.